Good morning, everyone. Yeah, online people, please check your audio and video settings once. Online people, please respond in the chat box. Check your audio and video settings once. Am I audible, guys? Am I audible? Is my audio clear? Echo is coming up. Now, is that clear? Okay, fine. Is there any newcomers today? Okay, please come. Is there any newcomers today, guys? Yeah, those who joined today, don't worry. You can watch previous class videos. You can watch previous class videos from Naresh IT. Yeah, here I have an empty room here, maybe because of that echo is coming. Fan noise is coming more. Ravi, switch off the fan here. Ravi. Switch off the fan. Okay, am I audible, guys, now? Yeah, from here you can collect the backup videos, and this is URL to collect the uploaded notes, guys. Everyday content will be uploaded here. If you want to get content, it's a private group, guys. You have to become member of this group. Subham, check your side also once. Right, guys. So shall we get it? Online people, check my voice now. I think now it's clear, it seems. It's clear. Okay, now I understood the problem. Fine. I think, am I audible, guys? Okay. Okay, those who are having voice problem, please rejoin once. Please rejoin once. Okay. Yesterday, listen, let me clear one thing for everyone. There is no need of doing separate Spring course if you join in this course, because in this course I am going to cover Spring Basics, Spring Boot and microservices. Actually, I combined 2 courses into single course, guys. So instead of spending 3-4 months for Spring, again another 3-4 months for Spring Boot and microservices. So I combined both courses into one single course. So there is no need of attending Spring course separately. All the concepts of Spring, again we are going to learn in Spring Boot mode. I already said Spring Boot is also Spring. For example, database connectivity. In Spring we learn in Spring JDBC. Here we learn Spring Boot data JDBC is there. There we have Spring ORM. Here we have Spring data JPA is there. There we have Spring MVC. Here we are having Spring Boot MVC. There we have AOP. Here we have Spring Boot AOP. Are you getting my point? So that's why there is no need of doing Spring course separately. Clear? So this course is designed in such a fashion, so where Spring will be learned, Spring Boot and microservices. Instead of doing 2 courses, you can complete your Spring learning process in 1 course. So those who are in confusion, okay, those who are in confusion, do I need to do Spring course separately? This course is enough or not? This course is enough. That's the reason I am going to spend dedicated amount of time only to teach Spring Basics. Then we will move to Spring Boot. Later we will learn what? Microservices. So those who are in a feeling I should learn Spring separately, so come out of that. Trust me, this is going to save your money and time. Money tomorrow you can learn, but time also very, very important. Okay? So that's a forget about learning Spring separately. Fine, boss. So yesterday I was talking about what is Java Bean. Java Bean is a Java class that is developed by following some standards. Tell me, we will learn Java, we will use Java Bean as a main class or always as a helper class? We always use Java Bean as a helper class. We never use as a main class. In what way it is helper class, guys? To pass data from one project to another project over the network. Come on. Or to pass data from one class to another class within the same project. Okay. Or to pass data from one layer to another layer within the same project. Layer is collection of classes representing specific class interface. So passing data from one class to another class, one layer to another layer within the same project is the same concept. Okay, Flipkart has to pass credit card or debit card details to Paytm people or PayPal people. How they will send? In the form of Java. Once a transaction is successfully completed, transaction details should be passed back to what? Flipkart from PayPal people. How they will come back? Java. When? If both are there in Java environment. When? If both are there in what? Java environment. If both are not there in Java environment, definitely XML or JSON comes into picture. But as long as source project and destination project both are there in Java, definitely we can think about using what? Java. So that's why we should always design Java Bean as a carrier to carry data from source to destination, where source is a Java component, destination is a Java component. That may be happening within the project or across the multiple projects. Everyone got it, guys? Right. So I have given one real life example also. In bank, so many employees will be there. But to carry papers from one employee to another employee, 2-3 office boys will be there. Have you observed that? Java Bean is like that. So what are the standards we have to follow while developing Java? Class must be public. Why? And if class is not public, how it is visible to outsiders? Outside the package and everywhere. Must be public. Recommended to implement serializable. Only recommendation, not a rule. I didn't use the word must. I used the word recommended. Why? If you want to pass data from one project to another project over the network, serialization is required. Within the project, not required. That's why implementing serializable interface is what? Recommendation, not a rule. All member variables, which are also called properties, must be private and non-static. Why private? To enjoy the encapsulation, security. Why non-static? If 20, 30 people are trying to use this Java bean at a time, giving 20 to 30 sets of data parallelly. So instance variables are better, static variables are better. Instance variables are also called what? Non-static. Let us assume 30 people are using Flipkart, submitting their credit cards. Tell me, you want to store 30 credit card details or debit card details in 30 objects of Java Bean or not there? 30 objects. Each object should carry one credit card or debit card details. That means member variable should allocate the memory inside the object or outside the object. I repeat, I am asking, inside the object or outside the object? Inside the object, come on. When member variables allocate memory inside the object, when they are non-static. I hope you are understanding. Recollect static and non-static. Suppose static variables are there, 30 objects are created. All 30 objects represents one copy of static variables now. Can I store 30 debit card details if all member variables are taken as static? No. But if I take non-static variable, every object gets its own memory, its own data, right? So now 30 objects created means I can store 30 credit card details at a time or not. So that's why there is a rule of non-static. Come on, guys. Okay. Every property must have one setter method, one getter method. Setter methods are there to set the data or to modify the data to being property. Getter methods are there to read and getter methods are given for what purpose? To read the values, to get the data, nothing but to read the values. Okay. So why every property should have a separate getter method and separate setter method? And while setting data, I should have a freedom to set values to my choice properties. While reading data, I should have a freedom to read values from my choice properties. Are you listening, boss? So if every property is having separate setter method and separate getter method, I can set values to my choice number of properties. I can read values from my choice number of properties. Got the point or not? Suppose while sending credit card, debit card details to PayPal from Flipkart, 4 5 optional properties are there. If there, I will set. If not there, I will not set. When? If every property is having separate setter method. Got it? Yes. Next one. What's the easiest way of creating object, guys? New operator, zero parent constructor. Sometimes we create, sometimes containers will create. So it's better to have one zero parent constructor directly or indirectly in Java Bean class or not. Yes. So that object creation process becomes easy. For me, it becomes easy. For containers also, it becomes what? Easy. Fine, boss. So let's get into today's class. I will give one sample Java Bean today, guys. (713) intro 4. Java Bean. Setter methods are useful to set or modify data to Bean properties. And getter methods are useful to read data from bean properties. Okay, guys. Every property, every bean property should have separate setter and getter method, so we can set or modify and read only our choice properties. So it's not compulsory every property involved every time, guys. So shall I take one sample one, guys? Okay, guys. Yes, guys. Shall we get into the discussion? Yeah. Let me take one small sample Java bean, guys. Sample Java bean class. Public class student bean. See, not compulsory the word bean should be there in the bean class, guys. But for self-explanation, for self-description, we can add the words bean in the bean class. Okay. Implements. Okay, guys. Serializable. Implement serializable. It's a recommendation or option, suggestion. It's a recommendation. It's not a rule, right? Okay. Next. You are not able to hear. Okay. Now, what about bean properties? Yes. Okay, we have private int SNO. Here we are having private string sname. Here we are having private string SADD, private float. Okay. Private float average. Every property should have a separate getter method and setter method. Tell me, guys. Now I am giving setters and getters. I'll tell the real usage of Java being in real life. Set SNO into SNO. Tell me next. This dot SNO is equal to SNO. Next. Public void, public int, get SNO. Here is what, guys? Return SNO. Like this, every property should have one setter method and one getter method like this, guys. Yes, I'm preparing background to introduce what is Spring Bean. Our main focus is not on Java Bean. Please alert. Set sname, string sname. Okay, right. This dot sname is equal to yes. This dot sname is equal to this one. I think return type should be void. Similarly, we are having one public string get sname, return sname. Like this, every property will have its respective getter method and setter method. What these are? other setter methods and getter methods. Yes, boss. End of the class. This is the typical Java bean. Okay, now observe very carefully. What is the use of Java bean? Without Java bean, what is the problem? Shall we understand the problem without Java bean, guys? Problem. Let us try to observe the problem. So let us assume I have a service class. And the Java class that contains the business logic is called service class. Let us assume. I'll talk more on service class later. Okay, I have a small service class. What is that? Public class, student management service. Some student, whatever it is. Student management service class. Here we are having one method. What is the method? Public string generate result. But guys, generate results. Okay. Yeah. Why can't every time student example? Let's go for employee example. What is there in that? Employee management service. Generate. Okay. Net salary details. Net salary details. Something like this. Okay. Now here what is there, guys? It is taking employee number, employee name, employee basic salary, float basic salary. Forget about previous Java. B salary. Next, employee designation. Employee designation. String company. Total how many details it is taking? Multiple details it is taking, guys. Fine. Okay. Right. So here logics are there. Right now I'm not bothered about logics, guys. Return some results. Okay. Tell me, guys, logic to calculate gross salary, comma, what salary? Net salary. We have to write logic to calculate both gross salary, comma, what? Net salary. Okay. Now here I have a small client application. Client application or user application. So let us assume public class client application, guys. Public class client application here. Here we are public static void main. Again we are having what? String args array. Okay, I want to enjoy that service class. So I have to create object for that or not? Employee management service. Service is equal to new employee management service. Okay, now listen. String result is equal to service dot generate. Tell me. Net salary details. I have to call by remembering order of the parameter. Yes. I have to call this method by passing argument. While passing argument, I have to remember order of parameter or not. I have to remember order of parameter, count of parameter. If I don't have 1, 2 values, still I have to pass dummy values. I am pressurized or not. That's why there is a rule in the real time. What is that, you know? Don't design Java method having more than 3 parameters. But we have designed there. We have designed there. Come on. So while calling method, I have to remember count of parameter. order of parameter, and data type of the parameter also I should remember. Come on, guys. And if I don't have any value, still I have to pass one or other legal dummy value, not any choice dummy value. Legal dummy value, technically legal dummy value. I don't know company name, still I have to pass empty string. Are you getting my point there? So that's why this kind of method designing, having more than 3 parameters is good practice or bad practice? Bad practice. Sir, if I need more than 3 inputs, what should I do? Then you have to think about using Java. Are you listening, guys? Right. Listen here. 1010. Raja. What is the next one? Basic salary. 9,000. Some 6. Next, what is there? Company and designation. See, I'm feeling pressure to remember clerk. Then what? Company. It's SOP result. End of this, end of this. Okay. See, guys, I'm having pressure to remember order of parameter or not. Super. So, what is this? Designing Java method. Having. That's why you observe any predefined method, guys. Generally, it will be having max to 3 to 4 parameters. Okay. If they want to have more than 3 parameters, you want to get more data from you. Okay. Either they depend upon collections or the kind of Java bits. Recollect maximum predefined methods what you studied in what? Core Java level, advanced Java level will have 3 or 4. More than 3 values they want, they immediately introduce collection support or this kind of supporting classes. Java beans kind of support they will introduce. Understood my point, guys? Right. Designing Java method having more than 3 parameters is having the following limitations. Limitation. Number 1, while calling method, we must remember the order of arguments, order of passing argument. Number 2, while calling method, we must get count of arguments. We must get count of arguments. Definitely. Okay. While calling method, if we don't know one or two argue values, okay, then we cannot ignore them to pass. Can I ignore? Ignore them to pass. We must pass. We must pass legal dummy value. Legal dummy value. See, don't think that 0 is okay. While doing addition, 0 is okay. If business logic is doing multiplication, 0 is okay na? Minus negative values are okay na? So that's why I don't think that every time 0 okay everywhere, right? Okay. We must pass legal dummy value. Okay. Next. Method signature looks very complex to read and digest, to read and use. By seeing method signature itself, we will get tension. Already when I am designing this method, someone said, big methods are. Maybe in the chat box or somewhere, someone saying that big method, very long method kind of thing. So basically, psychologically, we will get the feeling, this much big method, Who will remember these many parameters? But in real practices, when you are applying for online voter card, you will give one detail or nearly 20, 30 details. 20, 30 details. While in getting Facebook new account, you will give 1, 2 details, a lot of details. Lot of details. But how to pass such data from one layer to another layer, from one class to another class, from one project to another project? So definitely in the form of Java. When your source project and destination projects are there in Java. Source class and destination classes are there in Java. Source layer and destination layer are there in Java. As I said, if Java is not there, XML comes into picture, JSON comes into picture. As long as source and destination is there in Java, we have to depend upon Java. I think you convinced, guys. Okay, Saurabh, if you are having audio problem, please rejoin once. Okay, guys. So shall I get into the solution? Let's go for solution. Online people, you have to be active, guys. I'm seeing less activeness in the chat box. Only one fellow is more active. Devas Pandey, he is my old student and other batch student also. Please be active. I would like to conduct interactive sessions, guys. Because if you are replying, I will be more energetic. I can read what's happening in your brain, whether you are following or not. Right or wrong, that is important. You have to respond. Okay, if I feel bad about you, no problem. I can correct you, I can give correction. But if interviewer feels bad about you, come on. And team leader feels bad about you, project leader feels bad about you, your job will be in trouble. Are you understanding? Yes. So that's why don't think about what colleague student will think, what SAR will think. Okay, if I give wrong answer, SAR may think I don't have basics properly. What I think really does not matter. What interviewer thinks, what your company thinks, that matters. Target that. Forget about reminding people. We are in the learning stage. In learning stage only we will do mistakes, right? Fine. Solution, guys. What is the solution? Design Java method. Design Java method having Java bean as the parameters. Java bean as the parameter. Okay, guys. Yeah, I'll change the color. Don't worry. Yes. Shall I go for this? First of all, I'm trying to take one Java class, guys. I'm going to take Java class. Total having how many parameters, guys? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 are there. I will take Java bean having 5 properties. Shall I start taking that? Employee details bean dot Java. Are taking word bean in the bean class is optional. Come on. So this is Java bean, guys. Public class employee details. Okay, public class employee details bean. Okay, within the same project, optional, guys, but I'm taking as a recommendation. Okay, here is my bean properties. Yes, private int envo, private string ename, private string. What is next? float basics, B salary. Next, private string designation, private string company, setters and getters. Yeah, if you want, you can take double also, your choice. Setters and getters. Total how many numbers, guys? Tell me. How many setters and getter methods? How many properties are there? 5 numbers. 5 setter methods, 5 getter methods. I'm not writing them, but you can visualize them. Okay, boss. Next, I will redesign my service class, guys. Service class. Tell me here. Public class, employee management service. Here is my business. What is this? Generate net salary details. Net salary details. Tell me here what is this? Employee details beam. Come on. Employee details beam. EDB. Some parameter. Okay. Here same logic, guys. But how we will get individual values? By calling getter methods or not? Yes, as usually here also return statement. Okay, guys. Get details, employee details from EDB object through getter methods, through calling getter methods. Suppose he wants salary, he will call get B salary. He want company name, he calls what? EDB dot get company. Array, Java bean will have getter setter methods, na boss? Right. Then what? Calculate. Right now my focus is not on business logic, guys. Calculate gross salary and net salaries. Calculate gross salaries and net salary. If needed, let me give that logic also. Why do I take tension? Tell me here, float G salary is equal to, let us assume gross salary is 30% on basic salary plus 30% of basic salary. How to get it? EDB dot, come on, get B salary. Get B salary. Get B salary plus EDB dot get B salary into 0.03F. So we got that one. Net salary is 10% deduction on gross salary. Let us assume float net salary is equal to, tell me guys, gross salary minus gross salary into G salary into 0.1F. 0.1F. So now we are ready with what? Net salary. So here we can return net salary along with other details. I hope you got a clarity, guys. Come on. Yes. Yes, boss. Now we are having this one. Public class employee management service. This method is there. Now let us take our client application. Client application or user application. Yes, guys. Now tell me, when parameter type is class name, while calling method we have to pass object of the class or not? If parameter type is interface name, you will pass interface object. Then what you will pass? Implementation class object of the interface you will pass, right? If parameter type is abstract class, you will pass abstract class object. Can we create object for abstract class? Then what you will pass while calling the method? Subclass object of the abstract class you have to pass as an argument. But right now employee details bean is a normal class or abstract class? Normal class. Java bean, but it's a normal class, concrete class. So when parameter type is concrete class, while calling method, either you have to pass that concrete class object or one of its subclass object. You can pass either concrete class object or what? One of its subclass object. Right now, no subclasses. I am ready to pass what? Concrete class object itself. Directly, it's a class object itself. So I can think about going there or not. Yes. Public class, client application, PSVM, please be active. String ARGS. Tell me here, guys. Employee management service. Service is equal to employee management service. Cool, guys? Right. Here is my string result is equal to service dot. Come on, generate. What that? Net salary details. But before calling that method, I have to be ready with the object of Java bean or not? Because that method is expecting Java bean now, boss. Yes. Okay. Now you observe. I will create Java bean object. While setting data to Java bean, I have to use setter method. Is there any rule to call setter method in a order? I can call setter method in my choice order and I can set data to Java bean in my choice order or not. Benefit number one. I don't have company. If I don't call set company method, by default company holds what? Null. I don't have designation. I don't call set designation method. What it holds? Null. So indirectly legal default values are there or not there? Hey, come on, guys. Is there any pressure of calling every setter method and set every property value? No. Order, we don't bother. Count, we don't bother. Because if I don't know count, what's the problem? Is there any problem, guys? If I don't set 1 to property value, is there any problem, guys? So all problems are solved or not? That's the reason Java bean is what? Savior from the designing lengthy methods. I think you understood the real-time utilization of Java bean. Real-time deals with a huge amount of data, guys. They need to pass multiple values from one class to another class, one project to another project. So definitely Java bean plays big roles. Spring bean is also there. Bean class is there, Spring bean is there, Java bean is there. All three are different. I'm just teaching only Java bean. Next, our discussion is those things only. I hope you are understanding my statement, guys. Okay. Some people are already excited in the online. Sir, give me difference between Spring bean, okay, Pozo class, Posy. One by one will come. One by one will come. Come on. Right. So now let's see, guys. Tell me, you have to give time. There is a proper order to learn the subject. Employee details bean, EDB, any name you can take. New employee details bean. See, guys, I didn't place any constructor. By default, zero param constructor is coming or not. Using that object creation becomes easy or not there. No doubt, constructor is not there for object creation for initialization. But without initialization, object creation will be completed. So indirectly, constructor is required to create the object or not there. Someone said in the chat box, so our constructor is required to create object or to initialize object. Technically to initialize object. But without completing initialization of object, can we complete the object creation process? So indirectly, constructor is mandatory in object creation process or not there. Are you understanding my point? Yes. Okay. Employee details bean EDB is equal to new employee details bean See guys, EDB dot set ENO 567. And moreover, while calling method, property names are explosive. Due to this, we will try to set correct values. Set ENO. Our mind gives signal to set numeric values only, right? ENO, employee number. But when you are passing arguments by calling method in an earlier fashion, are you going to get any sense of it is numeric value, it is string value kind of thing? No. But while calling setter method, we will get some meaningful self-description or not. EDB dot set employee name Rajesh. EDB dot set B salary next. EDB dot set designation clerk. Understanding my point there? Okay. Set designation clerk. I don't know company. Sir, I don't do salary, what happens? That is your problem. Because that's the mandatory data, not passing is your problem. So what you do at 0.0 will be. So every calculation happens based on 0.0. Since you have given basic salary 0, gross salary will be 0. And what? Net salary will be 0. Are 0 related values. Fine. See guys. Okay, no, I don't follow this order. I'll go in different order. At the end, I will give number. At the end, I will give number. Okay, guys. EDB. SOP result. SOP result. End of the main method. End of the class. Guys, do I need to bother about order of parameters? Order of arguments? While setting data to Java bin, do I need to bother about order? Number one benefit. Number two, count. If I don't have 1 to values, I can ignore to set them or not. Moreover, while calling setter method, we are getting self-description about the value type or not. Indirectly, we are getting self-description about value type or not. All the problems, whatever I have listed above, solved or not? Now tell me. Now onwards, when you want to pass data from one class to another class through methods, you will try to design Java method with simple data type parameters or Java bean type of parameter. You are not loud and clear. Java bean type or simple data type parameters. I think you got clear-cut clarity, guys. Real world is full of Java bean, boss. Right. Okay, guys. Advantages of designing Java method having Java bean as the parameters. Java bean as the parameter. Yes, guys. Method signature looks simple and easy to use. Nice. One parameter method always looks simple and easy to use or not. Next one. Method signature looks simple and easy to use. While setting data to Java bean object. Okay, come on. We need not to follow the order. We need not to follow any order. While setting data to next. If we don't have 1, 2 values. If we don't have 1 or 2 values, okay, then we can ignore them while setting values, while setting data to Java Bean. Okay, no need of passing any dummy values. What values? Dummy values. Next, default values will be continued, of course. Next, taking count of values is optional. Taking count of values to set to the Java Bean object is optional. Come on, guys. Is optional. Next, okay, while calling setter methods to set data to Java Bean object, the method names are self-descriptive to set proper data. Set SNO. Our mind says to set numeric values. Set a company. Our mind says to set string data only. Okay? And that to set a designation. Based on method name, we will try to give correct values or not. Self-descriptive, guys. Self-descriptive means by seeing the method name itself, we will try to pass correct data. Come on. Right. So, final conclusion is what? Whenever there is a possibility of passing more than 3 values from one class to another class, think about Java Bean. Don't think about taking more and more parameters in the method design. Clear, guys? Right. Now, I am going to introduce my actual thing, guys. It's a lengthy discussion. What is POSO class? POSI, don't say POSI. POSI interface. Don't ever say POSI interface because the letter I itself indicates interface. Plain old Java interface. I itself interface. Don't say POSI interface. Plain old Java object class. You have to say POSO class. But you say POSI only. Don't say POSI interface. It's something like this, guys. HTTP protocol. Wrong. What is last P in HTTP? Hypertext transfer protocol. Protocol twice you will say protocol HTTP, right? But HTTP protocol is wrong. Any Indian while playing cricket match, what we will say? Catch pakdo. Yes? If you Telugu guy, catch patuko. Yes? What do you mean by catch, boss? What do you mean by catch? Holding the ball. What do you mean by pakdo? Holding the ball. Why are you telling twice? One time in international language, one time in local language. Esa no na God. You might have noticed that are not there. That is an Indian subcontinent speciality. Even Pakistan is also like that. But rest of the world say catch it. But we say catch pakdo. We make catch as a noun, not a verb. Got it or not? Yes, guys. Not you also, boss. Everyone in the India will use that. Our life starts like that only. Okay. So POSO class, don't say POSI interface. Say interface POSI, I am okay. But don't say POSI interface. Don't say HTTP protocol. Don't say catch pakdo. Right? Yes. Java Bean. Okay. I think I am asking many things now. What are POSO class, POSI, Java bean class or component class, and Spring Bean. This is the question. Now we have to understand all these things one by one. Main target is Spring Bean guys. Then why are you doing this much hangama? Because you should have a clarity, okay, what is Spring Bean without having any confusion. That's why, okay, that's why I am going to talk from this class onwards. Which class? Pozo class onwards. Shall we start the discussion? Yes. Final, last discussion before I start core module programming. Spring core module programming will be started once this Spring Bean is introduced. Listen carefully. These wordings will reflect in entire learning process. Java Bean, Pozo class, Posy. I use this terminology at least 10 times in a day. Before I developing one class, he said it's a Java Bean, it's a Pozo class, it's a Spring Bean, it's a component class. And please recognize Bean is different, Java Bean is different. So I have written both. Bean class is different, Java Bean class is different. Bean class is also called as component class. Both are different. You have to respect that. So that's why I use wording properly. I'm using Bean. No, you have to say I'm using Java Bean. Because if you are using Bean means total meaning will be changed. Tell me here I designed Java method with Beana, Java Beana. Okay. Here I have designed Java method with Beana, Java Beana. Beana, Java Beana. Don't say I have designed with Bean class. I have designed with Java Bean class. Right. Online people already started asking when to use a Java Bean, when to use Bean class. My dear worst fellows, first try to know what is Bean class, then I will give clarity. Where to use what? Where to use what? I believe in incremental teaching. I believe in incremental injection of the subject. I launched word, you want difference. It is not possible. Listen, slowly we are going to learn one by one. Fine now, boss? Right. Sorry, Pozo class. Okay. Yeah. Plain old Java object class, guys. What is this? Plain old Java object class. Super nice. The ordinary Java class without any specialities is called as Pozo class, guys. Ordinary Java class. So why it is named as Pozo class? Array, you have visited your village after 10 years. Many things are not changed yet. Then by seeing to your friends, what you will say? Plain old school, plain old bell in the school. That is same old, plain old. Come on. You try to say like that or not? Suppose one bus stop is there, nothing, not much changed, right? Then what you will say? The same old bus stop, nothing changed much. You will say like that or not? You will definitely say like that or not. When? If you are visiting your native place after so many years. After that also you didn't find much changes. Then what you will say? Same old things. 1 to 1 employees are still working. Same old peon, same old principal. We'll try to use the word same old na. Similarly, plain old. Why plain old? While learning advanced topics also, if you are still developing simple Java class as you did in core Java. While learning core Java, we will develop Java class with specialities. Especially in core Java classes, guys. Simple classes we will develop, right? Class of member variables, 1-2 methods. We never think about extending from some classes. We never think about implementing any predefined interfaces or user-defined interfaces. Maximum times we will try to develop as a normal Java class, right? Such classes are called POSO classes. Why they are called as plain old Java object classes? In advanced environments like frameworks, Hibernate, Spring, this kind of advanced environment, still you are developing what? Simple classes as we did in core Java. That's why those classes are named as what? POSO classes. I hope you convinced why that name came. Right. So what is this? The ordinary Java class without any specialities is called POSO. The ordinary Java class without. Okay. In most of the situations, we can compile POSO classes by using Java libraries. And Java libraries means JDK libraries. JDK libraries. That means there is no need of adding JWE, third-party libraries. Array libraries means libraries, nothing but jars to the class path. Third-party libraries to the class path. Array ordinary class without any specialty. To compile that class, any special jars are required. JWE servlet API, servlet-API.jar is required. JSP API jar is required. Basic JDK libraries are enough, na? Anyhow, by default, they will come automatically in every Eclipse project. In the command prompt also, they will come automatically. Come on, guys. So that means we can compile them without having any third-party libraries or not. Any advanced libraries are not there. Most of the cases, 1 to exceptional cases will be there, leave it. Right, guys. Now I am giving that class. The Java class that is not extending and implementing. Okay, extending and implementing any technology and framework API, classes and interfaces is called POSO class. I'm developing class in Spring application, guys. Array, yesterday is non-invasive, Babu, indirectly. Array, why Spring is non-invasive? Because Spring supports POSO classes model programming. Come on. Suppose if my class is implementing Spring supplied interface, guys. Without adding Spring jars, can I compile? My class is implementing Hibernate supplied interface, guys. Without adding Hibernate jars, can I compile? My class is using Servlet supplied interface. Can I, without adding Servlet API.jar, can I compile? My class is developed as ordinary class without implementing any technology or framework API interfaces. I think I can compile by just using JDK libraries or not. Anyhow, by default, JDK libraries automatically comes. You need not to add anything to class path, right? Okay, guys. Yeah. No, I know. By seeing this statement, people comes to one conclusion. POSO class is against of inheritance, against of implementing interfaces. Sorry. POSO class is not against of implementing interfaces, is not against of extending from what? Java classes. It is against of implementing technology or framework API interfaces. It is against of extending from technology or framework API classes. Array, without inheritance, Java is there. Can you think about Java class without inheritance? You take ordinary class testing as. What is the default superclass? Object class. Can you think about Java without inheritance? So that's why POSO is not against of inheritance. POSO class is not against of inheritance. Inheritance are implementing interfaces. It is against of inheriting from technology or framework API classes. And against of implementing technology or framework API interfaces. So if you think it is against of extending from classes, you are wrong. Can I give some samples, guys? Okay, I want reply from you people. Class test. POSO class or non-POSO class? Respond, my dear. POSO class or non-POSO class? Test is POSO class. Again, I am telling this course is designed as the combination of Spring course and Spring Boot and microservice course. There is no need of attending two courses if you attend this single course. Right? Every concept of Spring will be covered in Spring Boot. And after getting basics of Spring only, we are going to learn Spring Boot. I'm talking about latecomers, late joiners. Okay, don't think about doing two courses. Sir, I already know Spring. Okay, is this course is beneficial? Definitely beneficial. Maybe when I'm teaching Spring Basics, you'll feel a little bored. But after that, Spring Boot and microservice, we are going to enjoy. Right? Okay, it's for those people who don't know Spring. It is for those people who know Spring. Two courses merged into one course. Why? Because I have seen people spending 4 or 5 months for Spring, another 4 or 5 months for what? Spring Boot and microservice. For Spring only, if you take 8 or 9 months, what about Hibernate? What about Core Java? What about Advanced Java? What about Web Service? What about real-time project? If you are planning to show gap as experience, come on. Yes or no? So that's why I worked out some formula so that you can learn Spring and Spring Micro, Spring and Spring Boot together in one course itself. So that's why don't think about learning Spring course separately. You will get entire subject of Spring in Spring Boot angle. Come on, right? So let's go for test is a POSO class. Now tell me here, guys. Public class test, guys, implements Java X dot servlet interface. POSO na, non-POSO na? Speak out, my dear. Non-POSO. Why? Not a POSO. Array, it is given by Servlet API now, boss. It is given by whom? Servlet API. Given by Servlet API. Cool, my dears. Next. Next one. Public class test implements serializing. POSO na, not POSO? Array, implementing interface, Rav. Sure. Online people, you are not active. I will hurt you very badly if you don't respond in the chat box. Guys, are you there? Online people, are you there? I think your chat box stuck it up. Huh? Okay, no problem. We'll see here. Testes. Testes poso class, guys. Tell me, guys, why? A serializable interface is given by JDK. What API, guys? JDK API. Right, boss. Okay, now tell me. Public class test. Implements java.rmi.remote, guys. Yeah, old one, guys. Here you ask, let me ask the question. Tell me. Test is not a POSO class. Test is not a POSO class. Non-POSO, POSO class. Why, sir? Can you tell me why it is not a POSO class? Array, java.rmi.remote is part of RMI. RMI is what? Technology. Speak out, my dears. RMI is what? Technology. So, given by RMI technology. API or technology. Next, example 5, guys. Public class test implements java.sql.connection. Speak out, speak out. Why non-POSO? Test is not a POSO class. Come on. Why it is not a POSO class? It is part of JDBC API. JDBC API or technology. JDBC API or technology. Just a minute, guys. Chat box is not working. Online people, please respond. Now it's working. Is it working now? Is it working now? Okay. If you got this kind of problems, please ping administrator one, admin person one. Just drop the message. I'll call him. He will inform me. Otherwise, use raise hand option. I will be knowing. Okay, guys. Part of the JDBC technology, guys. Okay. Now listen. Come back. At the end, I will do admin detail. Yes. Public class test. Tell me, guys. Extends thread class. Extends thread class. Test is POSO class. Why it is POSO class, guys? Thread is part of what? Part of Java language. Part of Java API, right? Java API. Okay. So now let me give here. Oops. Or OOP. Exception handling. Collections. networking API, IO streams, reflection API, multi-threading, AWT, strings, applets, okay, applets, and etc. are part of Java language. What guys? Java language. And their API is called as Java API. Come on. Okay, Java API. What API? Java API. Their API is called as what? Java API. Right. And you know that JDBC, RMI, EasyB, Servlet, JSP, JMS, and etc. are called what? Java technologies. See, if this class is implementing or extending from Java API interface or Java API class, no problem. If it is implementing or extending from Java technology or Java framework class or what? Interface, then it is a problem. Right, boss. Next, most irritating point, you know, JSC module, also called JDK software, is having both Java language and some Java technologies. This is the irritating part. So you cannot say anything that is there in JDK Java language. No. JDK software is giving some language part and some technology part also. What are the technology JDK is offering? JDBC, RMI, JNDI. This kind of technologies are part of JDK software, guys. That's unfortunate news. So whatever JDK you have installed in your computer while developing core Java application, it is having a language part, also some technologies. So that's why you cannot say anything belongs to JDK, makes class as POSO class. Wrong. JDBC is also part of JDK. If your class is implementing what? JDBC API interface. It's not a POSO class. Seriously, it's not a POSO class, right? Okay. Now listen, next, example 6, guys. Public class implements, okay, not implements, extends test1. Test1. Public class test1 extends HTTP servlet. HTTP servlet. Come on. POSO na, non-POSO na, guys? POSO na, non-POSO na? Non-POSO. Array, both test1, both are non-POSO. Why? Array, in Java, anything belongs to superclass, also belongs to subclass, na? Test1 are not POSO classes. Are not POSO classes. Example 7, guys. Public class test extends from test1 yes guys. Extends test1 guys. Public class test1 extends from thread class. Tell me, posona, non-posona? Every time thread Y, I'll take J frame. I'll take what? J frame. Tell me, posona, non-posona? Speak out, Ra Babu. Test1, test1 classes are poso classes, right? Right. I think I am trying to give all permutations and combination guys, nothing else. I am trying to speak all permutation and combination so that you should not confuse in any time. AWT is in part of Java language guys. Okay. Or poso classes. JFrame is part of AWT string boss. Next one. Public class test guys. On the top of, give me 2 minutes, I'll end the class. Entity annotation I have written. Given by Hibernate. Given by Hibernate API. Tell me, test class is what? Posona, nana. Posona, nata. Yeah, this is an exceptional case, guys. Test is poso class. Basic criteria for poso class is what? Does it implementing any technology interface or framework interface? Does it extending from technology class or framework class? No. Some annotation is added, so what? No problem. No problem. It is an exceptional case, guys. But one problem is that we cannot compile this class by using only JDK libraries. You must add Hibernate libraries to compile this class. Are you listening? Are you listening? Poso class, but to compile this class, we must add Hibernate libraries to the class. We must add Hibernate libraries to the class. Yes, guys. Exceptional case. Poso class, but some extra libraries are required. Exceptional case. Next, I'll give one more example. Clarity. Clarity is very important in life, not just definitions. Public void. My method is M1. Here some logic I kept. That logic is written by using Spring API. Logic using Spring API. Now tell me, test is posona, non-posona? Online people, be active. Test is poso. Again, exceptional case, guys. To compile this class, we must add Spring libraries. Libraries means jars na babu. Spring libraries to the class path, exceptional case. I think you got, no, it is not non-poso, it is a poso. See, we have to go by extents and implements only. Don't worry about inside method, what logic is there. On the top of class, what annotations are there, you don't worry, boss. Come on, you have to go by extents and implements to decide whether it is poso or not. Yes, such classes cannot be compiled by just adding JDK libraries. We need to have more than that. Come on, guys. Fine. I will explain whether Java bean is poso or not later. First, focus on poso class. Everything I will explain. All permutation and combination we are going to see. Everyone thorough, you got thorough understanding on what is POSO class? If someone try to confuse you, will confuse her. If someone gives 1-2 exceptional case, you will confuse her. Suppose if these two are not POSO classes, guys, we should say Spring is invasive only. Because in Spring, lot of annotations will be used. Because of annotation, if class becoming what? Non-POSO, Spring becomes invasive. But we are calling Spring is invasive or non-invasive? Non-invasive, though we are using lot of annotations, right? So it's all about extents and implementation only. Don't worry about what APIs are used, what annotations are used inside the class and on the top of the class. Clear, guys? Okay. Fine. I'm winding up the session today. Tomorrow also I'll start by 7:15. Thursday onwards session starts exactly by 7 o'clock and I will take up to 8:35, 8:40. So Thursday onwards, be mentally prepared to come and attend session by 7 o'clock. Okay. Sai, to use outputs, object output stream, object input stream, first of all, object should be serializable. And object becomes serializable only when class implements serializable interface. Please recollect your IO streams knowledge, you will get it. Okay, guys. Zoom new link you will get directly from admin once you complete formalities. New advanced Java batch, April 5th, 4 p.m. Raj Patel, now you won't get, once meeting ID is changed, maybe within 1 week you will get it. Why use serialization? Serialized object can be sent over the network, right? Serialized objects can be sent over the network. In that process, if you want to send data from one project to another project over the network, then we have to go for it. Ankumar, when we are learning Spring REST, I will talk about EJB RMI kind of. Vamsi Krishna, I recommend React compared to Angular. Kurva Sinha, Sirisha, sample resumes are there in the group. You can search in the group. New Hibernate batch in the month of April. Kotlin will never replace Java, guys. Kotlin is also JVM based language. Sumit Anand, you will get one mini project having UI technologies integration. Mr. Name, some name, Spring MVC will be covered, but we will learn Spring Boot MVC. Spring MVC we learn in the angle of Spring Boot MVC. Online Hibernate batch in the month of April. I will teach Hibernate with JPA. Anjana, when Sudhakar Sharma sir starts any Angular batch or React batch, you can go and join in that batch. Just visit Naresh IT website. Yes, we are going to get, you are going to get good amount of Spring knowledge that is required to face interview, survival of the job. Manali, yes, examples will be given on integration also. Major project for free will be given. Contact admin, yes. Web service batch is going on, new batch takes time. NareshIT.com is the website to see the new classes. Naveen, see, right now slots are booked. Slots are not free. Once free, I will let you know, non-office hours. As part of course only, Java 8 Java 9 features will be covered. Number 2, our core Java faculties uploaded so many videos in the YouTube on Java 8 and Java 9 features. Sai, for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, for all people, Spring and Spring Boot is required nowadays. Right. Yeah. Listen, yes. Listen. Please drop your numbers. Okay. Since the response is less, I think online classes they are not, sorry, offline classes they are not planning to continue. So mostly you have to attend online. Still clarity has not come, but please drop your numbers, they will inform. They'll inform. Meeting ID and other things they will inform. Still decision is not taken, but anything is they will communicate. Right? Thank you. Harish, as of now, there is no replacement for Spring. Next to 20 years, nothing happens to Spring. Microservice in architecture to develop the projects. Okay, it is built on the top of web service. Microservice is an architecture that is built on the top of web service. Any new separate batch for Spring MVC? In the evening option is there, I will let you know. Harish, talk to admin for discounts. Advance hour duration, 100 sessions. Ramji N. Okay, this is domain driven model. DDD means domain driven. Yes, if you are planning to show 5 years gap as experience, Jagadish Sahu, you have to learn multiple things in Java. Spring Boot, microservice, web service, and number of things. Okay, it's a paid batch, it's not a free batch. No weekend batches on, I don't conduct any weekend batches. Vamsi Krishna, you will get everyday notes in the Facebook and in the Google Classroom. You will get everyday notes through Facebook and through Google Classroom. Right. Pega is a BPM tool, guys. It is somewhat related to customer relation management. Okay. Yeah, tomorrow I will give admin details, don't worry. Tomorrow. Anyone can share admin number, guys? This is Facebook link, guys. Yeah, I'm sharing admin details. Give me 1 minute. Don't type anything, guys. Give me 1 minute. I'm sharing admin details. I think, no, these are the admin details, guys. Any alternate time for this course? Mostly after 2-3 months, evening 7 o'clock slot will be free. After 2-3 months, evening session will start. Hari's 5 years experience. Along with this course, try to do real-time project once. Try to do real-time project once. Ritesh still not decided. In 11 o'clock start, what batch will start. If showing 3 years gap as experience, Spring Boot, microservices, Hibernate, Core Advanced are mandatory. Yeah, nearly 20 plus tools will be covered. So in the Facebook, I have uploaded course content, guys. You can see this course content. You can see course content. Aparna Core Day. If you are a fresher, Core Advanced is enough. If you are showing gap as experience, Spring Boot with microservices is required. Shayan Ghosh, here Spring Boot will be covered in depth and microservice will be taught completely. Right? No, no, no. See, morning separate batch, evening separate batch. Ashisha, you can take in Naresh IT itself. So as of now, we are not offering any system design course. Sripath, total 120 plus sessions are required. The fee for this course is 5,000. If you are looking for Angular or React, 7,000. I will cover Spring REST before launching microservices. You can learn React JS without having Angular JS. It's possible. Mr. Anantaraju, go to Naresh IT YouTube channel. Watch any core Java faculty's tutorial videos. They covered Java 8, 9, 10 features. Kumar, after 2 months, you can come for only microservices. JavaScript is required to learn Angular or React. Raj Patel, I cannot say exactly June or July month, but total 120 plus sessions are required. Yes, I am going to cover Spring Core, Spring JDBC, Spring Security, Spring AOP. Yes, they will be covered. They will be covered. Don't worry. Thank you guys. Have a nice time.